Happy Friday, everyone. I hope you had an awesome Father's Day weekend if you got to celebrate it. Today, I want to talk to you about a competitive advantage that I think a lot of us overlook, a lot of business owners overlook. So in 2008, there was a pregnant, soon-to-be mom, and she was going through those overwhelming moments I know a lot of parents like myself have gone through preparing for that child who's coming. And so she's going through that typical process of preparing the new baby clothes. She's got to, pre-wash these baby clothes, right? We're all told we have to do that. And so she gets a detergent recommendation from her mom and she washes the baby clothes. As she starts folding them, she breaks out into an allergic reaction, hives all over her skin. This stuff that her mom recommended isn't safe for kids. It's not even safe for adults. And so she freaked out. She went back on the search for a decent detergent to use for her child. And in the course of that, she just realized how many things are actually considered toxic chemicals here or in other places of the world, but aren't here. For example, I think there's something like 1,500 banned chemicals in the United Kingdom or in Europe that aren't banned here. We use in products every day. So she started freaking out about that. She started doing all this research to find things like diapers and wipes and other products to use on her child, and she was having a hard time finding them. So what does she want to do? She wants to start her own business. And she should, right? This seems like an interesting opportunity. The only problem is the gorilla in the room is Procter & Gamble. They own all of the consumer products you know of and use in your home all day long. You probably don't even realize it's Procter & Gamble that is sitting on your shelves and in your shower. They make Pampers. Procter & Gamble is a megacorp. They make something like $80 billion in revenue every year. And they have relationships with all the big retailers, from the Targets to the Walmarts to the Costcos. This is where you buy this stuff. This is where you buy things like diapers. How is she going to break through this? We'll get back to her. I like McDonald's. I'm not gonna lie. I like to. I think it tastes great. I enjoy eating it. I enjoy going there. I don't eat there a lot though. I mean, obviously, we know what happens when you eat tons and tons of McDonald's for your only meal, but we do. We go there occasionally. I enjoy it. And so I was buying lunch there the other day, and I realized how fast they processed credit cards. I gave her my credit card and she rang it up. And before it was like, I swear, before the stripe even got down the swipe, the receipt started printing out. Like, how can it be this fast? I use my credit card everywhere. I've never seen a credit card get processed this quickly. So what is McDonald's doing? It started to make me think maybe McDonald's isn't even processing credit cards at all. Maybe they are just validating that it's a valid credit card number and a valid, magnetic stripe or something, but the charge happens later, right? Maybe they're letting the charge just kind of sit and they're not going to process it synchronously. They're going to go ahead and batch them up and do it later. And I'm not the only one who speculated this. If I go online, I find a bunch of other people talking about how fast McDonald's are charging credit cards. I talked to a friend of mine who's from the point of sale industry, and he also thought this wasn't that far-fetched of an idea, that maybe McDonald's doesn't charge these credit cards. Maybe they charge them later, and the risk of these charges not going through is outweighed by the speed at which they can process credit cards. So why would they do this? Why would they spend so much time on the speed? And it happens to be because there's a great quote from a previous CEO of McDonald's who says, for every 6 seconds saved at the drive-thru, sales increase by 1%. That's huge, right? So McDonald's is trying to become more convenient. They're trying to shave time from people's schedules ordering food, standing in line. It makes a big difference. Convenience, right? We learn in economics, when we're learning things like economics in college, like we think people only judge products based on price, right? But that's not true. Very often that's not true. How many times have you made a decision on where to get dinner because it was fastest? You didn't have to get dressed up for it, right? It was closer to home and you didn't even care. The price never even entered your mind about where you were going to go to dinner, right? Convenience is so important. So let's go back and let's go look at that wannabe mompreneur, right? She wants to start this business. She ends up creating the company, and it wasn't easy. It took like 3 years, and she didn't have the resources of a Procter & Gamble or the scientists or the focus groups. She ended up testing these products on her husband and her new child at home. But 3 years later, we now know the company as Honest, Honest.com, and it was started by Jessica Alba, who is famous for TV and movies. And I think a lot of people don't realize it, that Honest was her idea and her business from the start. I think a lot of people kind of throw her into a category of celebrities who endorse businesses. Like Donald Trump has ties, but he didn't make those ties. He is just a name on those ties, on someone else's product that they manufactured. This was her idea. And she even says, so you'd think maybe even the celebrity status would be a benefit to her. Turns out it was probably more of an obstacle. She says in a Inc. Magazine article, everyone I talked with in Hollywood could not wrap their heads around the idea. Whenever I tried to sit down with them about it, they would just get this glazed look on their faces. Entertainment is a totally different business. It's hard for people to take anyone seriously who's never done this before. They see you as something else. But all that just gave me fire to go forward. Being a celebrity didn't help Jessica Alba, right? She had to do this on her own. And so what made her successful? Right now, Honest is like $1 billion company. So why was it successful, right? Celebrity dumb didn't seem to really help. Why did it work out? And it's simple. It's convenience, right? She did all the work to try to figure out what is a safe product. She manufactured these products. She saw all these other moms and herself doing all this research. She was going to take this research away from people and do it for them. And she ended up, the other really awesome thing is she turned these into bundles. When you sign up for Honest, you can get a bundle of diapers, wipes, creams, and all this other stuff delivered to you every single month. Convenient. You don't have to go shopping for this stuff. Right? She's not the only one. Dollar Shave Club is another $1 billion industry right now, $1 billion company right now that sells razors. But it's not a better product than, say, Gillette, another Procter & Gamble brand. It's not a green product. There's really nothing else to it. It's just delivered to people month after month after month. It's an extremely convenient product to buy. They're beating Procter & Gamble because they're convenient, right? And this isn't a lesson that's lost on me. At Highrise, we're spending a lot of time just worrying about the convenience of our customers, looking at where they spend extra clicks, right? And even looking at apps they have to load in another tab in another browser to achieve functions that they just want data synced back into Highrise, right? So like people now are dumping some of their email newsletter software because now they can send a bulk email right out of Highrise, right? They don't need the fanciness of that other thing. They just need the convenience of just being able to send it right within the app where they need the data. And so this is just kind of interesting, right? Procter & Gamble, huge operation. They should have had these industries of diapers and, razors just locked up. But Jessica Alba and Dollar Shave Club have figured it out by just out-conveniencing Procter & Gamble. It's a really important lesson when, we're all trying to figure out the latest technologies and ways to improve our product. If you look at Procter & Gamble, the stuff that they've recently put out, they put out things like green apple smelling Head and Shoulders, right? Or a tiny iteration on something that's already successful. Or now they're doing, their big new innovation is a Bluetooth toothbrush so that you could record your brushing time on your computer, right? So someone there thought the convenience was we're spending too much time recording our brushing time already, right? We're not doing that. We're spending time buying razors. We're spending time buying diapers and researching safe products. Now those are things that you can make more convenient and make a really big difference. I think this is a really great lesson from Jessica Alba and from companies like Dollar Shave Club who are managing to beat the giant and out-convenience the biggest competitor. So, guys, we have made it past 300 subscribers, and so this channel is growing like crazy. I really appreciate this. This is awesome. I'm having a great time. I love talking about this stuff, so please share these videos, share the channel. I'd love to keep this growing, and please hit the subscribe button below, and have an awesome weekend. I will see you again soon. Bye.